If the words mortgage pre-approval make your stomach tighten just a little bit, if it makes you nervous, you're not alone. A lot of people think getting pre-approved is this scary, invasive, judge your life moment. The reality of it, and trust me when I tell you this, I've been doing this a long time, it's just a clarity conversation. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to expect. I'm going to show you my team's process step by step so there's zero surprises. By the end of this video, you'll know whether you're ready, you'll know what matters and what doesn't. Before I jump into it, I'm Matt Gouget, Matt the Mortgage Guy. I've been doing this for over a decade. I love doing it. I love helping people. I love making it simple to understand. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're buying your 15th investment property, me and my team love walking you through the process, the options, having conversations, because everybody's scenario is unique. So if you want to connect me and my team, go to mtmg.com. We're more than happy to help. All right, let's get into it. What is a pre-approval actually, right? And I want to clear something up because a lot of people have misconceptions. A pre-approval is not a commitment to buy a house. It's not a commitment to work with us. It's not a commitment to anything, right? It's not locking you to a loan. It's not a promise that you're going to go out and submit an offer. It's simply a lender, a mortgage broker, verifying your financial snapshot so that you know that you qualify, you know what you're getting into it, you can shop with confidence. And I like to say that an educated buyer is a confident buyer. And, I like to empower people through education. You wouldn't go car shopping not knowing your budget, and home buying is the same thing, right? Same idea, just bigger numbers and maybe a little bit more paperwork. So let's get into it. And I'm going to tell you, my team's process of what it's going to look like with us. We've got an online application, everything's secure, right? So you're going to get a link to our online application. You're going to fill out an application as you would expect. Name, date of birth, social security number, address, your job, how long you've been there. And that online application shouldn't take you more than 10 or 15 minutes. If you own a bunch of real estate, if you've got a more complicated file, it might take you longer. But for a lot of people, this thing isn't that big of a deal. Once you're done with our online application, our system, based on how you answer the questions, self-employed or, you work on a W-2 job, our system is going to ask you for supporting documents, recent pay stubs, last couple years of W-2s, if you're W-2'd, or tax returns if you're self-employed or own other real estate, a couple months of bank statements. We're going to do a credit check, but it's only a soft pull in most all circumstances. And people freak out about this, even though they shouldn't. And I won't get into detail about it. But with just a soft pull, verifying your income, your assets, and this soft pull credit report, we're going to be able to pre-approve you. And that's it, right? We're not digging into, what every line item on your bank statement has. We're just, asking simple questions about your job and how long you've been there. Is this income stable? How do we calculate it based on what kind of job you have? Because if it's salary and it's $9,700 a month every month, that's easy. But maybe you're a nurse and you get paid on variable pay, or maybe you're self-employed and we got to review the tax returns and calculate that. But whatever the case may be, us as mortgage professionals can't assess the situation and give you good advice without first doing the pre-approval. And I like to tell people, you wouldn't get answers from a doctor on what they recommend for your hurt knee if you didn't go in and get an x-ray and have an MRI and have them review it. We've got to do the same stuff with your financial x-ray. And if you don't have perfect credit, that doesn't matter, right? First-time home buyers come to me and they're like, my credit's only a 620. Great. FHA is really flexible about credit score. FHA, you can go even lower than that and, still pre-approve. If you've got credit that's not totally wrecked, if you've got a good, stable job, if you've got some money for a down payment, you're most likely going to be able to qualify. And you want to know how much you qualify for, but even more importantly, you want to know what that equates to. I'm going to pull up a sheet here at the end. I'm going to walk you through some numbers, show you what we do at the end of our pre-approvals, because I think that's helpful too. Right. And if you haven't heard it before, just a quick snippet on, how your budget, your max pre-approval is actually determined. It's not like whether I like you or whether, you've got a great story to go along with, anything with your credit or your income. It's just math and it's just guidelines, right? So if the guidelines state that your total income times 50% is the max amount of debt the lender is comfortable with the new mortgage plus all your existing debt, Like the guideline's the guideline. I can't change that. So I'm just helping you fit inside that guideline. But even more important than that, it's not how much is the max I qualify for, it's what's a comfortable payment for me. And that's the part that I'll get to when I talk through the numbers at the end. But real quick, people always want to know, how long does it take, right? With me and my team, once we get your application and all the supporting docs, within 24 to 48 hours, we will be back to you on your pre-approved, you're pre-approved for this much. Here's an Excel spreadsheet that shows you what the numbers are going to look like. And once you're approved, that's good for about 60 to 90 days. It's really good unless anything with your credit profile changes. Your job changes, you spend 40,000 of the 80,000 that's in your account. You take out a new loan for a car and you have a new $750 payment. If things change, then of course that pre-approval is no longer valid or changes. So if you get pre-approved, you're good up to a certain number, you're comfortable with the payment, but you don't buy for 3 months or 6 months, you just refresh it and you recontact the lender, say, hey, I'd like to make sure my pre-approval is still good. Everything's the same. My job's still the same. Little bit of change to my current debts. Here's what that looks like. Here's my latest pay stubs, latest bank statements. This is all the assets. And so, that will be updated. But let me share with you, because I think this is valuable. Once we get to the end of the pre-approval stage, this is something that I think buyers really enjoy that my team does. When I pre-approve somebody, it's not just you're pre-approved for 525, best of luck home shopping, here's your pre-approval letter, go. They will get a detailed, based on your 801 FICO score, based on the fact that you're putting 10% down. Here's what it looks like. This one I didn't even update. I think this is probably a lower mortgage insurance factor that I'm even showing. It might be like a 12 here. But either way, at 525, if you put 10% down, this is somebody that we pre-approved just in the last couple of weeks at about a quarter point in cost. We can get you a 5.875 30-year fixed rate conventional loan. Here's your principal and interest. Here's the mortgage insurance. Here's the property tax, and probably a high estimate for homeowners insurance, but who knows? In California, they continue to go up. So what I want people to understand is this is something that you go back and you think about, and you if you're buying with somebody else, you talk to them about, we're paying $3,200 in rent. How does $3,500 a month sound? Can we afford that? Can we not? You start looking at houses and you find something you really like. And your agent was like, this one we can actually get for $505. You put $505 in a sales price, it auto-populates everything, $3,400 a month. When we look down at total lender costs plus the total third-party costs, which is prepaying taxes and insurance and title fees and days of interest and all this other stuff, we're coming out of pocket about $66,000. We're paying $3,400 a month. It either works or it doesn't. And this is the part where I give this tool to people, again, empowered through education. You know better than I do whether this is a comfortable payment. For some people, they're like, you know what? Even though I'm qualified for $525, a payment above $3,000 is really scary. What happens if I put $470 in here? All right, $3,171. I'm gonna have to find something even cheaper. What about $445? All right, $3,000 a month. Looks like I'm gonna try to target something at $445. Or, somebody who's pre-approved for up to $600 is messing around with this calculator, and they're like, I pay $3,000 a month in rent, I'm saving $1,500 a month. I can afford up to 36 or 37, no problem. I found a place that's beautiful. Love it. I can see myself here for a decade. 540, what's that look like? 3643. Okay, I can do it. But this is the type of stuff that people don't do as much as they should, in my humble opinion. Run these numbers. Find out, what different sales price numbers equate to from a monthly mortgage perspective, because that's the monthly payment that you're paying every month, right? And you're signing a contract, you're gonna pay it for the next 30 years. So this is the end piece to the pre-approval, which is the most important piece, in my opinion, is how does this break down and what's it going to be like on a monthly basis? Okay, now that you've understood how the pre-approval process works, a couple things not to do during a pre-approval, and this will extend to don't do this while you're in contract either. Do not open new credit. Do not buy a car. Do not co-sign for anyone. Don't make massive unexplained $40,000 deposits. If you're thinking about doing something financial, ask your lender first. And this is something that I love. I've seen more and more of. I've seen real estate agents I'm partnered with tell their buyers not to do this stuff. And I'm getting texts, which I absolutely love. Hey, we're going to go buy a washer and dryer. We're going to buy it cash. Is that fine? Of course. No new debt. You're buying it cash. no big deal. It's better safe than sorry. Better that you asked than you didn't ask, right? So in closing, here's the big takeaway. Getting pre-approved isn't about pressure. It's not about me wanting you to be in our lead funnel. It's power to shop confidently. It's empowering you through education. You're going to know more. You're going to be more confident once you know your numbers. Once you make offers and hey, at this purchase price, I'm not making an offer at 540 because I'm pre-approved at 540. I'm making an offer at 540 because I know exactly what the monthly payment is, right? I know I'm pre-approved up to 600, but at 540, it's a payment I can afford and a payment that I like and a payment I'm comfortable with, right? So you're going to know your options. So if you're thinking about buying anytime in the next 9 to 12 months, this is the smartest first step. Get yourself pre-approved. Again, a soft credit pull, a few minutes of your time. It should be a straightforward, easy process for most all buyers. If you want to walk through it with someone who explains things in plain English and builds a plan around your life, you know where to find me. Go to mtmg.com, chat with the chat feature on our website, book a call. Clarity beats confusion every single time. Thanks for watching.